Welcome to the next instalment of Off the Charts. The term the sick man of Europe was once applied to the Ottoman Empire, which crumbled in the mid-19th century. Today it's a term used to describe a European country going through a similar economic period of malaise. After 2 decades of strong economic growth, the German economy, which has been powered by cheap energy and a strong global manufacturing base, has fallen into disrepair. Long recognised as a workhorse of Europe, the German economy has underpinned the European Union for a long time now. Today we're joined by global macro bond manager David Arnaud to talk about his views on what's going on in the German economy.
At the heart of the issue is the industrial sector, which accounts for 20% of German GDP. As you mentioned, that sector has been based on cheap energy imports and global exports. That model served Germany very well over the past 2 decades, but since COVID, it's been declining. The industrial economy has actually been shrinking by 10% since the pandemic, as you can see from the red arrow on the graph. By contrast, the US manufacturing sector has grown 4% over the same period. Now, much of the industrial weakness in Germany is linked to the auto sector, which is almost half of its industrial economy. German car production is already 25% below its pre-pandemic level, and manufacturers have been dealing with one problem after another. From the 2015 Dieselgate scandals through to Brexit challenges, which removed a key export market to Germany, through to today consumer push towards EV and the increased competition from China. This backdrop has been particularly challenging for the auto sector and explains the softness we are seeing in the industrial sector in Germany.
So David, is this a problem of Germany being left behind, or is China displacing Germany from an electric vehicle manufacturing perspective going to affect them in the longer term? I appreciate it's a very hard question to answer in isolation, but if it's possible that Germany's cyclical outlook might improve in the short term with the European Central Bank cutting rates, given the weakness in the manufacturing sector, is there anything that the German government can do to help solve some of this problem?
This question is key and has been at the center of recent debate in Germany. That has actually caused the government to fall. And so to answer that question, yes, there is ample fiscal room in Germany. German debt to GDP is only 46%, which compare to 95% for the other G7 countries. And its budget deficit is running at 2%, comparing 6% in France or in the US. So there is a lot of fiscal room in Germany to support ailing sectors. Now, the big obstacle is political, and it goes down to the German constitution, which has enshrined a debt brake amendments. That debt brake was started by Merkel's first cabinet in 2009 in the context of the sovereign debt crisis. And basically what that amendment is set to do is limit public borrowing and restrict budget deficits. That has served Germany very well over the past decades. But now that the economic and the global backdrop has changed, this is actually no longer the case. And critics of that debt brake are becoming louder. They're claiming that the fact that the German government can't invest is actually counterproductive and is diverting key investment away from sectors such as infrastructure, education, or healthcare. And there is actually a strong need for support in this area. So this is going to be a key question that's going to be debated in the run-up of the February election. We think the Conservatives are going to go back in power after February, and there's going to be pressure for them to sort of suspend or loosen that debt brake and allow some fiscal support to be spent towards the manufacturing sector.
Great. Thank you, David, for your time today.
Thank you.